and this here may be tough to you. Snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feta, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's goody, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking. I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a bold bread biscuit. The NFL season just started tonight, or I guess last night, depending on when you are watching this video. But it didn't really feel like the NFL really started until the fourth quarter of the game. I'll get to all that in a second, but this game of the Falcons versus the Eagles started off with a game delay, and right when the game actually started, like, okay, we're ready for football, we're ready for the NFL, we're all in, everything's gonna be good, and then it actually wasn't. I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly what was happening on the field. There was some bad play from the Eagles defense, bad play from the Falcons offense. Actually, the Falcons offense did pretty good. They drove right up the field against the Eagles with no problem, and then failed to get any points in their first drive, going for it on fourth down for some weird reason. I'm not going to lie, when I saw the Falcons go for it on fourth, I was like, you know what? This probably isn't the best move, probably isn't the smartest move right here, but I like to see guts. I do like to see guts out of these NFL teams. I don't like always seeing field goals, and especially punts. I actually hate punts. That's just me though. But the thing about this is they didn't get it, and then obviously the Eagles went 3 and out. But that turnover on downs and that 3 and out to begin the game was the beginning of a long stretch of kind of bad football. I'm not going to hold you. I mean, for the Falcons, for the whole first half, their offense was literally find Julio Jones and pray. And actually pray that he can do something for you, because literally no one else was really doing all that much. I mean, Devontae Freeman, Kevin Coleman, they were doing all right, but I mean, for the most part, Matt Ryan his eyes were just magnets on Julio Jones. And of course, if you have Julio Jones, that's what you want to do, but that can't be the only thing you do, because eventually they're going to get wise to it, and you're going to have to do a little bit something else. You're going to have to at least fake like you're going to go somewhere else. But when your opponent knows you're going to one place and one place only, you can't always get it, and then the rest will always be in your favor, and then all this other stuff can happen, and it's kind of weird. Also, another thing about the Falcons, before I get to the Eagles, what were they doing all summer? Like, who was their training staff? Who was in the gym? Who was the nutritionist? I don't know. Anyone to do with any kind of wellness, body upkeep, anything to do with anything that's not actually football related, but it's more about just maintaining your body and your health. Fire him right now. I don't know who all the people were, and I don't have a list in front of me. I don't have the time to go look it up right now, man. But there was like 6-7 players that got injured. Keanu Neal got hurt twice on the same body part in the same game. I think it was his left knee. He went out, came back, hurt the same leg, got him back out of there. I mean, Deion Jones got hurt. He got right back in there. We thought that Matt Ryan got hurt. This is his knee brace busted. I think I saw him get hit low the play before that. And look, man, it was just really bad on all lines. I mean, it was really just weird. The first game of the season, you don't want to see guys go down. I mean, the Panthers do face the Falcons week 2, and you know, if you do follow me on Twitter, you know I tweeted out at Shellitronnn, same as the channel name. I don't wish pain or injury on anyone, especially on athletes trying to make a living for their family. But with that week 2 matchup coming up, I was doing a little bit of the Birdman hand rub, like, hey, I see what's happening over there. I said, Lord, I seen the good things you done for other people. Come on, shine your light down on me, Cap. But then you have to get to the Eagles, and they were not that much better. I mean, honestly, the Falcons defense didn't really put up much of a fight. With Keanu Neal coming in and out of the game, and Zach Ertz literally always being open, and Jay Ajayi with no hesitation, there's no kind of thought process to it. It was like, okay, Jay Ajayi gets the ball, that's 4 yards. Jay Ajayi gets the ball, 5 yards. Jay Ajayi gets the ball, maybe 6 yards. He's falling forward every single time he touches the ball. It was like, I don't know what it was, like clockwork though. This man Jay Ajayi was making plays. And then Zach Ertz doing what Zach Ertz always does. 5 receptions for 48 yards. And then Nelson Aguilar caught 8 balls in the game. It was like they just couldn't cover these guys. Like the zone was so bad. And it was just a strange thing to see. Now that I bring up zones, can I just speak on this real quick? If you're a team playing Julio Jones, why are you running one high safety? Like, why are you playing one safety high against Julio Jones? Putting your corners out there on an island with Julio. When you double team them, things are good. When you're close to the end zone, things are good. But by that point, they're already in your red zone. Probably because Julio Jones got a long 60-yard catch on you, or a 10-yard catch, and then a 40-yard catch after the run. This man couldn't be stopped in the air for like high points. He couldn't be stopped on short passes that he catches, and then like a 30-yard yak. Man, I don't know what it was. Julio Jones 10 receptions, 169 yards. Do you know who the second highest receiver was on the team? Tevin Coleman, 1 catch for 26 yards. Then Austin Hooper, 3 catches for 24 yards. Do you see what that is? Any defensive coordinator, if you're watching this video, if you're a fan of a team who plays the Falcons, listen to me right now. Double team Julio. And then let the other guys on the Falcons collect their checks for being mediocre. I'm going to keep it real with you. I mean, I don't want to call them mediocre, but look, the thing is, if you stop Julio Jones, it looks like the Falcons don't really have an answer or any kind of real other plan of action for their offense. And usually Julio comes through, and honestly, he almost did this game. Actually, you know what? Julio did come through. It was every single one of the other guys who did it. Devontae Freeman, 6 carries for 36 yards. Tevin Coleman, 9 carries for 19 yards. I mean, what do we want to talk about? Then Julio Jones had 1 carry for 11 yards. I mean, if your offense is not Julio Jones, I won't even touch Matt Ryan's passing stats. I won't even say it. But if you'll allow me to share with you a little bit of light reading I've been doing lately, I saw this tweet from ESPN Stats and Info saying Matt Ryan red zone passing Thursday, meaning this past game, 1 for 9 in an interception, 0 for 3 in an interception targeting Julio Jones. Matt Ryan is 1 for 20 targeting Julio Jones in the end zone the last 2 seasons, including playoffs. Meaning, when the Falcons are in the red zone, or really within the 10-yard line and they're passing to the end zone, teams have Julio Jones double covered, and the Falcons are trying to force it to him. And usually you would think to yourself, okay, you have Julio Jones, you can force it to him. It works on Madden, right? In the real world, in real life, when you're double covered, you should probably not be throwing it to that guy and probably look for someone else to earn their spot on the team and earn their contract. 1 for 20 targeting Julio Jones in the end zone is not that great, but I mean, it makes sense because Julio only had 3 touchdowns last year. But look, I can't really shame Matt Ryan because Nick Foles didn't have a good game. The reigning Super Bowl champion / MVP went 19 for 34, 117 yards and an interception. It was a tip pick, so you know how those things kind of go. You know, Deion Jones caught it, and it made me think at that moment, actually, full disclosure, I heard this from someone else when I was watching the game and talking to this person. He said that the Falcons are all talent, no heart. I don't know about no heart, but they're definitely just an all-talent team with, you know, they have all the talent in the world. Like, all the production is based off talent rather than like a grinding sense. You don't get like a overperformance from guys type of thing. It's kind of hard to explain, but off top it does kind of sound right. And, you know, there's guys who do step up a little bit, but for the most part, it's like those big name guys are all their production, and they go by them, and you don't really see too many people stepping up. But Nick Foles didn't have a great night. I mean, they ran the Philly special again, promising us 9 more weeks of hearing about the Philly special and the Philly special 2.0, which included a reverse this time. Which included a toss reverse this time. And, man, I don't really understand why. It was cool, but now we have to hear about the Philly special again for the next 9 weeks. And I mean, it was a cool little play, but come on. And when I saw them pull that Philly special out again and it worked again and I heard that crowd, I thought to myself, if Nick Foles is 3-1 or even like 3-2 or 4-2 when Carson Wentz is back and healthy, that crowd don't want Carson Wentz. If they pull out the Philly special every single game, they're like, look, Carson, we love you, but hold that Microsoft Surface, please. Sit on the pine and hold that Microsoft Surface for me, please, sir, because this guy right here, Nick Foles, hey, he Mr. Philly special. He got a statue of himself. That's tough. I mean, I really can't even front you. The play just wasn't all that great. We saw Jordan Hicks get a sack and a half. Jalen Mills worked really well. Ronald Darby, Rodney McLeod did their job. We saw some really, really big clutch passes defended going to Julio on 3rd down. But for the most part, I mean, they just slowed him down. You can't stop Julio. I don't want to make this comparison lightly, but it's just the easiest to come up with off the top of my head. Julio's kind of like LeBron, where you're never going to stop LeBron, but you need to have a guy who can just slow him down a little bit and just get him off his game and get him on tilt just a little bit so that you have a shot. You have a chance at winning that game, and that's what the Eagles did. 12-18, it wasn't pretty. It was not a great-looking game. It actually, remember that. Do you remember Do you remember back like and actually, do you remember back 2 years ago, back when Thursday night football games were all bad? It was always like Jets versus the Colts, or like the Bears versus the Jags, back when the Jags were bad, or like, you know, those kind of teams like the Bills, something like that. This game was actually worse than those games, because in those games, at least you knew going into it was going to be a horrible game. This one, it was bad all around, except for like 3 or 4 really good plays, man. What do y'all guys think about this game, man? I actually was 100% wrong. I thought the Falcons were going to win this game. I thought it was going to be kind of close. But look, I'm not too mad at the Eagles lost. But look, I'm not too mad at the Eagles won. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.